listening to I'm So Vain with Josh Carmichael, only on LA Talk Radio.
Sweat to the oldies.
All right, here we are live. It's I'm So Vain with Josh Carmichael. Thanks for tuning in today. Have a really cool guest with me here today. Before I introduce him, I want to say a couple little things. But you can see he's here. He's here. He's live. We're all here. We all made it on time. It's all good. Please check us out on YouTube. I'm So Vain. YouTube.com/C/I'm So Vain. You can catch me at the Real Josh Carmichael on Instagram or I'm So Vain Show on Instagram. Follow us, like us, hang out with us, check us all out. I mentioned this before last show. I came out with a new book called The Process Code: Unlocking Your Past to Live Your Future. It's a book that's changing people's lives. It'll hopefully motivate you and inspire you and get you moving forward in life and relationships and self-esteem. So check that out. It's on Amazon.com, The Process Code. So let's get into it. Here we are, the night before it's supposed to rain, as we talked about earlier.
It's not going to rain.
It's not going to rain?
Not gonna
All right. So next to me, I have the pleasure of sitting next to not only a good buddy, longtime friend. We actually worked on a job about 5 years ago, I think. Let's say 5 years.
Yeah, I think that's when we met, yeah.
5 years ago. And been kind of instant friends ever since. I call him kind of my twin or my brother from another mother.
The world can't handle two. I don't know.
Can't handle two of us. But it's funny. We have some similarities and some history in life that's pretty similar and a lot of fun. We laugh with it and talk with it a lot. But, a good friend of mine, incredible actor, director, writer, former fitness model.
Please, keep going. I'm loving all this. This is great.
He's not vain at all. That's why we brought him on the show. And
all-around great guy.
No, but, a good Southern boy. He's got a lot of charm. He's got he's great hospitality. He's just a wonderful human being, in my opinion. So please welcome Drew Waters.
Hey,
Drew
yeah.
in the show. Drew's on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, man. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah,
Thanks
brother.
for being here, man.
Of course.
So
Congratulations, by the way, and not only on the book, but the show and everything else going on in your life.
Thank you. Hey, we had to make it happen. It wasn't happening, Drew. I had to make it happen. I had to do it myself. No, part of that is true because we as as actors, you don't get to work every day. You don't get to go out. Unless you're on a show, unless you're on a regular show or a regular on a show. But we have to go out and we have to seek work, and we're kind of as good as our last job, as they say, and then you go and you seek other work. But that's kind of what you did too, though. You write and direct and you're doing more directing now, and you're still acting. Drew's actually in town, just wrapping up a big Western film that he's been shooting out here the last couple of weeks. So he was off today, so we got him in on the show.
Yeah, hence we don't need it to rain tomorrow. So
yeah.
Please don't let it rain.
Well, that's why you're saying that. It's not going to rain. That's right.
It's all outdoors,
everybody's saying
so.
like big storm. We're calling big storm out there, and you're like, yeah, because Drew's supposed to be filming tomorrow, so outdoors.
It's fun.
Yeah,
it's not like riding, full gallop
riding
on a
riding
horse,
in the mud.
Rain.
Hey, it'll be a nice dramatic effect. They can change the script around that. So, man, you've been doing this for a bit too. Like you got started a few years ago,
brother. I feel like I got started late in the game in this. I'm working with kids. When I say kids, people my age have been in the game for about 30 years. You've been in it for a while.
I'm
now,
30
right?
years myself. Yeah.
So I'm going on 16. I started. I'll lie about my age. I started when I was 23. And I got out of the military and found an opportunity, and I didn't take that opportunity right away. Started opening up businesses, and woke up one day, opened up and owned a bunch of businesses. And they were doing well, but I wasn't happy. And so I just took that same drive and dedication and found what I was happy and what I'd love to do. And it turned out to be acting like a fool. And so somebody let me be in their movie, and I fell in love with that. And then I fell in love with the inner workings of it. And now today I've been blessed to have, I think, 68 credits, top show guest star runs, and lead roles in movies and television shows, work with incredible actors and actresses.
Yeah, you have
and
a good,
directors.
you have a great, not only have a great resume, but when I hear you talk and stuff, you have some wonderful relationships in the business, and still good friends and good people from the projects you've done.
Yeah, I think this industry is vain in its own right. I think the beauty of it is you leave these shows with some credible relationships, and you have the opportunity to grow those relationships, not in a business of what they can do for you, but just in friendship, like you and I. We met on a commercial.
We met on a commercial, and we shot for like 3 days, I think, and riding motorcycles, which we both love, or quads. But I remember that was so funny because we show up, and Drew's like, "Hey, in the callback, did you ride really hard to like show them you could ride?" And I go, "Yeah, dude, I had the thing on 2 wheels, 1 wheel, upside down. I was jumping everything." And he goes, "Me too." And I go, "I guess it worked." Then we found out we were actually the only 2 people that could really ride on that spot. Yeah. But it was really fun, and you realize that we created a great bond and a great friendship from that. So we've kept in touch a lot since then. And Drew actually wrote and directed, co-wrote with his business partner, and they did a film called New Life a couple of years ago, right? You directed that.
Yeah, so we out of necessity, I met actually, she's my life partner too. But I had a little short I created based off of some things that happened in my life, and my career was going well, and so I decided to start branching out and becoming a director-producer side of it on top of the acting, and have a little piece of that because I loved it and I missed it. And I started talking to her, and she read it. She loved the script, and she convinced me to write a feature. And so we set out. We wrote the feature multiple days, or multiple months, I should say, over Skype. I was working somewhere. She was on set.
Oh,
She's
wow, I didn't know
as
that.
well.
That's cool.
She's on set, so I'd get off set and wait for her to get off. We'd call each other on Skype and start talking about the characters and what they would say and what they do. I mean, it went through a lot of process. It went through a lot of different hands. A lot of people helped us out with their own voice and what their thoughts were on it. Ended up getting a 90 plus, got greenlit, and we made it in 2014. 2015, we released it to public. We went theatrical. It's doing very well. It's out everywhere right now. It's called New Life. Go to newlifethemovie.com if you want to check out more. Got a great cast.
It's a beautiful movie, by the way. Yeah, I actually had a pleasure of reading the script before it went into production, and I'm like, it's a completely different movie. Not completely different, but different. The way that it changed from script to screen is just it's a cool process to see that, because you don't really see that a lot, or at least I don't. And seeing Drew was sharing with me, I wasn't there the filming, I was watching it, but Drew would share the photos. Nick's in the house. What's up? Come on in. Just had to give a shout out. Yeah, but it was so cool seeing you would send me pictures and stuff from the set and when you're directing, and the characters and the cast that you had, and then I was fortunate to go to the first screening of it, and I loved it. I think I talked about it and it was there, and you and Aaron. It was just it's a really wonderful. It's a very heartfelt movie. There's a lot of heart to it. Really, a lot of heart to it.
I think I passed you some tissues, didn't I?
Yeah, I think I might have lost a tear or two.
Big
in that
softy
one.
here.
I'm a big softy. What are you talking about? I bet I can make you cry right now.
Listen, you're not a Barbara Walters. Okay? We're not pulling up.
That one choked me up.
I love. I'm out here working, like you said, a Western. I got to lead in a Western because of a good friend of mine, Donnie Boas. His
right.
He just booked a contract on a show, and he wasn't able to do it, and so he introduced me to the producer, and the producer liked me and offered me the role. And so this thing is all about relationship and growing those relationships. I mean, life is in general. If you go through life trying to take something from somebody, who are you? I mean, what good are you and stuff? If you go through life trying to say something bad or negative about somebody to make yourself feel good, what do you have at the end of the day? You know, just shut up if you don't have anything nice to say. That's what I like to tell people. If you don't have anything nice to say, shut up. You know?
Wait, that's not very
I don't
nice.
hear
So
it.
yeah. You just shut up. I don't want to hear your bad talk.
I'm sure there's somebody that you can complain to. I'm just not the guy.
Yeah.
I'm not the one I want.
That's true. I mean, you know, it's hard enough in the business. You don't want negative people around you, because the rejections and the stuff, the emotional rides that roller coasters we go on anyway. It's not the most secure, secure platform. So, what's the guy's name? Donnie?
Yeah, Donnie Boaz. We've known each other.
Thanks to Donnie for getting you out of here too. I appreciate it.
Good friend, and he thought about me when he couldn't do it, and next thing you know, I'm on a plane, spending 4 weeks riding horses, doing something I love to do.
Yeah,
great little western coming out probably early next spring called Shooting Star. It's about the set in the 1870s. Really nice.
Back in the real Western days,
back
man.
in the saddle
you got some,
again, man.
You got some good the old rifles and
kind of like I grew up back in the saddle.
Back in the saddle, yeah. You're originally from Texas.
Yeah,
you were born in Texas.
I was born in Ohio.
Born in Ohio, that's right.
My dad was a diesel mechanic, and so we kind of followed the work around. Born in Ohio, moved to I think Texas when I was 3. Moved to Florida, then to Texas when I was 4. And that's all I've known ever since. Hence the voice.
Yeah, I was saying you kind of sound like a Texas boy. You got that. It's funny. You got that smooth, like Southern.
It takes me a minute to do an accent.
Yeah,
I have to get past this.
Yeah,
I do Texan very well. I made my career out of the 3 C's: Cowboys, coaches, and cops. Right?
That's true. Yeah, you were a coach on Friday Night Lights.
Yeah,
right? When you were a coach on there, right?
Yeah.
If you guys remember that series, that was a cool. I used to watch that. It was a cool show and. Yeah, Kyle Chandler, right?
I didn't know how much Kyle was liked until I started getting his hate mail for taking his job on that show. I was Coach Wade Aikman on Friday Night Lights,
right?
And so then I took over his position, and he moved over to Dylan East, and then I became the a-hole.
You can say the word on here. It's okay. We're okay on here. We're not non-rated, but So you became the bad guy.
I became the bad, which I found quickly, and I wasn't. I was the good guy.
The good guy.
I was just the guy that took an opportunity in a position. It's kind of in life. You take an opportunity in a position.
Right.
But I found out quickly that I started playing a lot of the bad guys. You wouldn't know I was the bad guy.
Kind of unassuming bad guys. Unknown, yeah.
Which I love.
You don't look like a bad guy. You look like you'd be like all American hero. Yeah.
That turns out to be the guy you didn't expect.
Aren't those the most fun to play though? There's more depth to that, right?
Love them, man. Yeah, because your arcs are so much better.
Yeah, especially like you looking like you look. You don't look like the stereotypical. Well, we've grown up as the bad guy, So that's got to be fun.
Yeah.
What's some of your favorite roles you've ever played? Do you have any on the list?
Man, I've been very lucky to play some really great roles. I had a piece of Breaking Bad season 2, Paul Treason Breaking Bad. Before they knew how big the show was going to be, it was just a great collaboration of a group of actors and producers and writers to come together. And the show was just amazing to be a part of. And you could feel the energy, you could feel the excitement and energy on set. And so that was a lot of fun. Friday Night Lights is still one of my favorites. I ended up doing a 3-season run on it, and I learned so much. You got Peter Berg running around. You got Kyle Chandler, Connie, and all these incredible Taylor Kitsch and all these incredible actors and actresses on that show. And I learned so much from that show. And that show was so giving because at the time, we were competing against reality, trying to keep up with that network growth.
Mm-hmm.
And so Peter was shooting Loose Head. Everything was in your face, and the writers wanted to let us make it our own. And so the whole audition was, 2/3 ad lib to make sure you could follow and get to point A, the middle grounds to Z, and cover it all of it. And it was just such an incredible learning experience and journey. It's like going to school every day and learning.
That's got to be great.
That's one of my first things.
Yeah. That was early in the career, but that's got to be fun though. Yeah, come on, that's our dream. To just go out there and
Once the jitters got over with, I was like, yeah, let's go do it.
I'm sure the first, because you got a lot of people, you got a lot of players in there too, with the football and the shots, and like, how many cameras are they running on that?
We did 3. It was a 3-camera shoot mostly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do they like?
It was all harness over the shoulders and in your face.
Wow. It was. I love that show. I was a big fan of it and watched it many times.
Thanks,
so I really enjoyed that. I mean, I like football stuff too, but it's just it was the film and stuff was good and turned into a TV show and a series. It was great.
But I find joy in everything I get to do because it's an opportunity. It's like you said, every day we wake up, calling our agents and managers, personally reconnecting with producers and directors, trying to see if there's something that fits us, and that we'd be right for that. We can get in front of them and see if we can book a role. And one of the reasons I opened my production company was that, as a necessity, because there's a lot of competition, great competition in this industry and in this town. And so you would hear offer outs in the room while you're sitting there on a couch with very recognizable faces waiting to go in, knowing that person had to say no or turn it down or be busy, and then you got the opportunity. And so, my military background and my business background, I was like, well, I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to. I love acting. I love it. It's been great to me, and it's still has been.
You got to do more. You got to keep busy. You got to keep active.
But you got to know the industry too. You know, and I feel that, and it's always about, there's 3 things that make a great actor is always training, the skill process of training, going through it,
right,
being prepared, and luck. Being in the right place at the right time and having that opportunity, and all has to come together at once.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that we don't get as often as we like is the opportunity. Mm-hmm. It's like that it's a game. It's a game to get to get into the door, to get into their room, and once you're in that room, like you said, it may or may not happen because of is it your time or not? And it's like it's a numbers game. You just keep throwing it out there, and it doesn't matter how big your resume is or not. As we know, it's like that helps. It helps you get in the room, but it's really, it's wonderful when you get those. Like you were saying, you got a Resident recently, and top of show, and Drew was just on a Resident in the last week, I think.
I think it aired
really cool.
Last Tuesday, I think it was.
Great character. It was a lot of fun. We watched it, and it was a lot of fun to watch it well. So,
a prime example, I I'm blessed to book that role, got that opportunity, spent a week with that cast, had a great time shooting with them. In the same time, I'm shooting a big commercial and stuff, and going back and forth between those 2 hats, and setting that up. And also our production company, we are gearing up for pre-production right now for a film in Ireland. And so it's always, and then during that process, I found out that I booked this, so now I'm out here doing this, and it sounds like a lot, but I love it. It's never can be too much for me. I guess it's my ADD. It fits right into that hole. I love it. So
that's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome. Do you think I can come and visit in Ireland? Do you think
maybe? I don't know.
I'd like to go.
Don't you have a show to do?
What do you think?
Everybody.
You fuckers out there in Ireland, I want to go. I want to drink some green beer. And
we're excited.
That'd be awesome, man.
It's always about steps and the journey of it. And, the fun thing about being a director is you're sitting with the casting directors now. So you get to understand that process even more for the acting side of me. So when I walk in a room, because I still get nervous.
Really? Wow.
No offense to all the casting directors out there. I love being in the room, but gosh, I hate the process. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah.
It still gives me butterflies and
still get you.
Yeah.
Do you like being on the other side, like seeing the people? Do you feel for the actors when they come in
absolutely.
Now? I could tell they're nervous.
But but you understand better what the casting director sees every time somebody walks in, because it is true what they say. As soon as somebody walks in their door, you have a feeling about it.
You know them right away, or
Well, you have a feeling about them. Do they fit well enough? Could they fit in this, in this kind of blocking?
So you're like when they walk in, you're like you're basically sizing them up, or you're looking at like body type to personality type to what they're wearing. I mean, it's all that, right?
Well, I mean, we as directors and stuff, and you talk to them, we have a certain idea of what the character already looks like.
Yeah, that's
right.
True.
They already have a voice. They already have a look, a feel about
Especially
them.
if you wrote it too, then you'll have the whole visual.
And you bring this into the room with you, and the beautiful thing about it is some people will come in for one role, and when they walk out, you're like, I would love to see them for this role because their energy feels like this, and you can place them into another role within it and stuff and try them out that way. And so there's multiple opportunities to offer there. And it's some of the stuff that I had happen to me when I first started out.
Wow. Do you have you had people like come in and like shock you though? Like is that pretty awesome when they sound differently or they have a spin on the character? I mean, you probably see some funny shit, right? Like,
I had a 6-year-old little girl named Cage, and she we were trying to cast the young lead role in New Life, and Beverly Holloway was casting it and stuff. And she walks in, she's all proper and prim. She stands on her mark, she says her lines, and she walks right up to me and she sticks out her hand, shakes my hand, says, "Good luck with the project, Mr. Waters," and hands me her business card and walks out. And I go, "How old is she? What is she?" And she did. And
wow.
She was perfect for the role because
wow.
and the character that we were looking for young Ava, that very confident, sassy Southern,
wow,
belle,
that's classic.
And she just walked in and
that's so cute too,
and that was she prepared for it. Here's a 6-year-old little girl that prepared to come in and felt the confidence to do it. And you'll be surprised of how many people don't do that.
Oh yeah.
And here she is doing. I'm like, what?
She just was there. Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, it's when kid actors, when you see the ones that really get it, it's fascinating because you think of yourself at 6 years old, I couldn't have done that. I was not that. I was a late bloomer, so I needed time to develop and grow. But wow, yeah, you see, I used to run camera for commercials, and I'd watch people come, mostly just commercial auditions, but I'd see them come in and like on callbacks, and people that you thought had, like they're on the storyboard and they come in and they blow it. They get so nervous, and you go, that's crazy, because some people get more nervous when there's a room full of people. Mm-hmm. I feel more comfortable myself. So when I walk in a room and there's a group, I like that better than I do just reading for camera.
Yeah.
I think it's more fun, more exciting.
One of my things is I show up early and just get comfortable. Once I get comfortable in the room around everybody and stuff, I'm fine. But that's just my thing.
Do you do like a prep thing before you go in, or do you like do push-ups or go to the...
No.
You see guys in the
excuse me, I'm gonna go.
I gotta go. I did that once. I booked a TV movie doing that. I went into the bathroom. It's actually a funny story because I went into the restroom, the men's room, and where they had the metal bar across the metal stall, and I was doing pull-ups on the thing, and it broke. And I felt so bad that I broke the damn bathroom stall, and I couldn't tell anybody because I was like, I got to get pumped up to go and read for this part. And so later, after my audition, I went back in there and tried to fix it. But I never told anyone. I'm like, I was so embarrassed.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just trying to get, I'm trying to get warmed up, man.
At my age now, I'm afraid I'll pull something. I want to get back up.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's, but some people, I always laugh because I see the people running lines in the hallway, and I don't know. I don't do that. I've never done that. I keep it to myself. I stay in my little zone, and then I leave it for the room.
Yeah. The best advice I ever got was, prepare, know your beats, and know your character before you get there, and then when you get there, be you. Walk in that room and have the confidence that you know it already. You've already done the homework. You've already done the exercises. You've already done all the research you need to do with it. And you built the backstories. If you're that actor or actress, you've done everything. And so when your job is, when you walk in that room, show them something within that character they have not seen before. Be you and trust that and allow that to come true. Don't worry about if you mess up, because then it throws everything else off. But just be you in that character.
Yeah. And
that was the best advice I got.
Well, then just be yourself too. Have you? I did. I'm sure this happened to you too. I was reading for a pilot years ago, and Forrest Whitaker was directing. So I met Forrest, and I went in, and I'm like, I'm all prepared, and I'm ready to go. My dialogue. I was playing a cop. I was one of the lead cops in the show, and he sits down. He has one of those folding chairs, and he spins it around and sits like a foot and a half in front of me, and leans in. And he goes, "So you want to go to New Orleans and shoot this film? You want to be in this show?" And I'm going, I'm thinking I'm all ready to audition, right? And I'm thinking, yeah, man, that'd be fun, And he's like, well, let's go down and shoot this film. What do you think? And I go, or this series. And I go, yeah, that'd be great. And he goes, you want to play a cop? And I go, yeah. And he's like, tell me about yourself. And I go, well, I did my little spiel. And then that was it. I didn't even audition.
Yeah. Well,
and you're like, so you could be over prepared, but
that
you
was
got
an
to
audition because
I
can
guess.
you be a person?
Yeah.
Can you be somebody that's easygoing and stuff? Some of these sets they spend 3 months with people. 6 months. With people. And if you get a TV series, the biggest thing is, are you likable? Are you easy to be around with?
Yeah.
Can you?
And don't be intimidated when somebody sits a foot and a half from your face either.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, but it's unusual.
It's been and I'm not gonna lie. There's been sometimes Diane Keaton on Mad Money. She gets out of the trailer and she comes up to me, Drew, hey, we got a scene together today. What do you want to do? And I go, what do I want to do? What do you want to do? It's like, I want to do whatever you want to do.
I'm here to help you, yeah.
But she was such a giving human being.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so we just sat there and talked about it, and I got her energy, and I felt more comfortable. And so that way when we did it, it felt natural. And she understood that. She understood that I was a very fresh, new actor. I was starting out my career. And so she just made it very friendly and inviting, and I loved her.
That's wonderful that she did that,
woman for that.
and it makes you more comfortable. So
Yeah.
you're not. Were you nervous? You probably were nervous a little bit before doing that. Yeah, that's a big actress to go up with. Yeah,
I was such a shy, insecure kid growing up, and people would call BS on that. But I'm telling you, I was all the way through high school until I joined the military. I kind of started blossoming a little bit, but I was a very, very shy, insecure kid that thought if I just was good at sports and activities, I wouldn't have to talk to anybody. And then people would talk to me eventually and stuff, and then I just carry a conversation. But even then, it was a very awkward conversation.
Yeah.
Because it was, it was like...
You weren't social yet.
I would say something, then in my head, I'd like, stupid.
Yeah.
Why'd you say that? And, and then blossom out. And I stayed away from acting for, probably a good another 5 years, just because of the fact I'm dyslexic, and so I sound like a blubbering idiot reading stuff out loud. But once I got past, it wasn't about the memorization; it was about the story and understanding the main nouns and characteristics of it and stuff. Then the memorization came easily and quickly for me. And now, give me something, I'm 15 minutes off book, and I walk in there.
Yeah,
and I can't hold something in my hand and I've come a long way. I'm doing a lot of teleprompters now. I'm proud of myself. I've blossomed into somebody that understands it, works around it, and makes it work for me.
Do you think because I come from similar place. I was insecure as well and shy kid and all that. I felt like, and my question is, did the acting change that for you? Is that what, like acting classes, what got you more, out of your comfort zone in a sense to be more secure?
When I started to admit it, when I quit hiding behind it and trying to shadow it, and I just started to admit it. At one point in my life, I just said, you know what, screw it. I can't make everybody happy, and it's exhausting. And I'm never going to be happy myself, and I'm going to be lying to everybody my whole life if I don't find happiness within myself. And so some point in my life, I just finally went, I can't do this anymore, and I got to be honest. And so I just started being honest. It wasn't like I didn't write a book, I will say that.
Right.
But it was me, every time somebody asked something, I wouldn't say, oh yeah, I could do that, and then be sweating behind the scenes going, my gosh, can I do that? Oh, I don't know, It was like, give me a minute, maybe. Let me figure that out. And I would do it. And if I couldn't do it, I was like, I'm having trouble figuring this out. And for me, it was the fear of looking and feeling stupid. And so, because of the dyslexic, it's you sound.
So that kind of that stuck with you for a while. Yeah, that's a.
And so I shadowed it with humor and just the good old boy, kind-hearted. Yeah, sure. Let me help you out. Anything I can do. The physical activities versus the anything else activities and ever since I got past
you became you you had, I don't want to say kind of like immediate success with it too. Like your acting thing took off pretty quickly.
Well,
I think maybe not. Maybe I don't know the full story, but didn't it seem like that? No.
So I literally walked in. I did a commercial in Tokyo, Japan, when I was crazy life. Joined the military. Did 4 and 4. Got out of my first 4, and I got introduced to the modeling world. And I took a tour to. I took a contract to Tokyo for one of the years, and I booked a commercial. And I never been on a set before or anything else. I fell in love with it. And my translator, looking at, they were rolling old 35s back then. I was spiking a ball into a green screen for a Dell's computer commercial, and I just loved it. I loved the energy around it. I loved the workings, the inner workings, the equipment. And so I came back from that, and that stuck in my head. 5 years later, I wake up, 3 retail businesses, a full-blown construction company with partners, miserable chasing money. And it wasn't what my passion was, it was what I thought my bank account needed. And I just, I had the mindset, luckily for me, to go, this is not my life. This is not what I want to do for the rest of my life. I'm better than chasing money. Nothing wrong with that, but I need to find happiness if I'm going to chase the money. And so I walked in, and 3 weeks later, I had all my partners bought out my position, and I just...
Wow, that quick. That was a quick change.
Well, can I do this now?
Wow.
And then I just got in front of every camera I possibly could, started doing workshops, started doing they call them show events, and showcases. Showcases. And agents would come, and the rest is history, man. They just said, yeah, I like what you're doing. I like how hard you're working.
Now, was that in Texas, or was
started in Texas?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I got lucky, though. I mean, Texas... again, it is partial luck, like this whole thing. I started, Friday Night Lights was gearing up in Texas, Louisiana was doing great things, and so I had the movie industry over there. New Mexico was doing great things. We were in a 500-mile radius, so I could be a modified local for them if I needed to help out. And I got lucky and booked Friday Night Lights in my backyard after. But the first movie I ever did was a bad horror movie that we paid, I think... I ended up being producer, director, co-producer, co-director, everything on this thing because there was no one.
Right.
But we learned, and we grew and learned how to make this movie together, and it sold. Like,
really? Wow.
$3,500 we made this movie because
$3,500.
It was SD camera too. Yeah. Wow. $3,500 we made this camera, did everything, and it sold. And then our sales agent said, "Do another one, just put more blood in it." We're like, "Okay." So $1,500 we made another. And so for under $5,000, right at we made 2 movies that have sold and still selling today.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know we could do that, but it was taking the opportunity.
That's awesome, though. But you knew you loved it right away.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I still love it. I mean, every single day, to be able to wake up and do what you love in life is. It's fearful. It's scary to take a chance on yourself, especially when you have a good job and you're working hard at it. But I think the beautiful thing about what we do in living in America and what we do is that you literally can wake up tomorrow if you have the right mindset and the drive and change your life. And so,
change your focus, change your life, So I always ask this question, or most of the time I ask this question: what's your greatest achievement in life?
My 2 girls.
That always comes up for parents. That's
my
cute.
2 girls, man.
Yeah,
they have been my joy and my rock and my ground through my whole career. So my oldest one now is in college. My youngest, I'm dating myself. My oldest one now is in junior high.
Dude, you are what you are. You're a grown man. You can say whatever.
Yeah,
you started when you were 16. Whatever.
Yeah,
you
right.
can say I started young.
No, my girls, man, because they have both. And how this has happened, I don't know. But my oldest graduated with honors. She got a scholarship to A&M, and my youngest is following footsteps right behind. 2 girls that are very grounded in their own right, which I love. they give and show me without knowing they do this.
They teach
so
you
much,
as well, right?
So much, yeah. And it gives me so much joy.
That's awesome. Yeah. Did you get a little?
I did not. No, you're not gonna. $100 if you make me cry right now. Go. I only cry on cue, baby.
That was nice, though.
I
felt it. I felt it. I was like, if he goes a little bit more, he's going to get a little teary-eyed. Teary-eyed.
Barbara Walters over here trying to make.
I'm trying to bust him up. Got to bust it up. So I heard you do a couple voices of impersonation too. Is that true?
I don't know if that's true. No.
No, you don't.
No, that's I do Texan. Pretty good.
What's that sound like? Like I'm doing right now.
I do pretty good at Texas.
Right now. Y'all down there in Texas.
Oh, we were doing sling blade.
Yeah, we did a little sling blade.
We were hanging out. I reckon I like them taters.
Ain't got no gas in it.
That problem.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, no, I think we laughed more than we got to the voices, but yeah, that was them were some fun times. And, I like them down there in that cell. They got them bottom meat. And,
You do it better than me. I'm like,
no, I don't. I thought yours was better than mine. When I heard it back, I'm like, oh shit, I need to go a little deeper. I got to get more in there. I got to get more of that. Get that in there, boy. You didn't get that in there.
In the back and stuff, and halfway.
It kind of hurts after a while, doesn't it?
Halfway through your, halfway through what you're saying and stuff, you got to throw a little in it.
Yeah, you got it because you get it back in there, and you kind of cut off that boy and get it in there.
Well, it doesn't help with all this smoke and everything you guys have going on.
Oh, right that fires.
I know.
I reckon them are bad.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna get washed out tomorrow.
No, it's not gonna rain. It's not gonna rain.
Well,
listen, I got holidays are coming up.
You might have to giddy up one more day out here. You know,
maybe. I don't know. We're gonna see.
That'll be fun.
Today's supposed to be, or tomorrow's supposed to be my last day. So we'll see.
Are you enjoying the Western? Are you saddle sore?
I was born in the wrong era. If I could do,
you bow-legged yet?
No. I think I was born bow-legged. If I could do two genres for the rest of my life, it would be westerns and race cars. That's the two I would do for the rest of my life. Yeah.
Or motorcycle racing.
Anything with speed in it and horses. I would do for the rest of my life.
So it's kind of funny. So Drew and I we're talking, and we're like, he was in the Navy. I was in the Navy. He was a former model. I'm a former model. We both love motorcycles. We both love cars. It goes on and on.
Yeah,
we race. I race motocross. He raced motocross and whatever. Growing up, and then we both like similar bikes and things. It's really insane. I'm like, what's that?
Oh, we like cinnamon bears.
Yeah, we like cinnamon bears.
Yeah.
I like them cinnamon bears.
Like some cinnamon bears.
I gotta have
Anybody
them.
out there want to send me some?
Gotta have cinnamon bears. Yeah, that's a good Christmas gift. We'll take cinnamon bears.
I'll heart you.
Cinnamon bears. Gosh, yeah, we like all that good stuff.
I think we went down a list one time. It was like 180 something things we have in common.
I think so. Did you get that far?
Yeah,
180.
I don't think I have that much in common with my brother. No offense.
Well, I don't have a brother, so you're it, man. You're it. Now, I remember it was funny when we first met. I thought it was funny, and he goes, I said something like, we were at the fitting for the commercial, and we're talking, and somehow it came up, and I was talking to somebody else, I think, and I go, yeah, I was in the Navy, I was a military vet, and I came out here after, and he said, you're in the Navy? I'm like, yeah. Where were you or something? What boat or whatever? And
you're in Norfolk, right?
Yeah, I was in Norfolk. And he goes, I was in the Navy. I'm like,
Oceana Naval.
And he goes, and then something came up, and he goes, I said, yeah, I was discovered in the Navy as a model. And he goes, you're a model? I was a model. I'm like,
sounds like that guy when you have a conversation and stuff. He goes, I did that too. But I did it this way. It was better than you. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah? Well, I did it 3 times. I did it faster than you. Only thing is, I'm 10 or 11 years older than you, so I don't mind talking about my age. I'm not scared of that shit.
I look better, so it doesn't matter. What?
That's true.
I mean,
you're so pretty, man. I'm
No.
going.
No.
I'm gray. I got to go with like rugged older guy now. I can't go with like pretty boy anymore.
I'm trying to get those nice crow's feet and stuff so I can get that.
So you want that Western like? You should have worn like a Western hat.
I channel Clint every chance I get.
Should have like put on my Stetson at home. Wore that in today.
Let me tell you my favorite story. My favorite like on set story. So we're shooting our film, and we're up in Carmel, California. Clint Eastwood world, right?
Yeah.
And I love Clint. Clint, I love you, man. I love you, man. Not in a creepy, weird way. Just I love you.
Yeah.
And so we reached out to his assistant and said, hey, we're bringing a movie into your town. We're going to be shooting at the Carmelite Monastery, and we'd love, if you had time, we'd love for you to come by. This is what it's about. And we just extend a kind invitation. He didn't come. I understand why. But so Erin, she got me she made his reservation at his restaurant. Yeah, threw my boots on, got my Wranglers on, put my starch shirt on, and I mosey on in, man. My best swagger.
Strutting in.
Walk up to the bar, side, hipped. Just walked up to the bar, jumped on the bar stool, spun it around, put my hands on the table, and waited for the bartender to ask me what I wanted. It's like this moment. She goes, sir, what can I get you? And in my best Clint Eastwood voice, I went, give me what Clint drinks. And she went, oh, sir, Mr. Eastwood doesn't drink. And I went, what? Wait, what? And I look back at Erin, and I go, what did I do? What? And she comes up to me, and she goes, it's okay. Get what you think you would drink.
What he used to drink,
he drinks in the whiskeys he drinks all the whiskeys.
He's always drinking on
Westerns
camera.
And but it just goes to show you. I mean, this man, he portrays an incredible character and stuff, but is in his own life, he's
not like that at all.
Clean,
probably
clean living,
completely opposite.
which I loved. I would love to hear that.
Well, according to one of our other guests, he likes to eat beans out of a can. So,
I know.
Like he's sitting around a campsite, so who knows? It's very funny, and it's weird because our persona of that, you don't know him as a man, you know him as an actor, an icon, and he's like tough, and we all kind of grew up with that bravado and that machismo of that, and it's funny.
Yeah.
Well, what did you end up having? Whiskey on the rocks, or what did you do?
I couldn't tell you. I was still just happy I was there. After that moment, I was like, it doesn't matter. Whatever.
Yeah.
I probably did a whiskey on the rocks just because I thought that's what he would drink.
Shit, yeah. Well, I'm gonna drink it. I'm gonna drink it better.
Yeah, but you said something earlier, so I think that's a beautiful thing. Is like everybody's human. Everybody is a human being, and the beautiful thing about what took me time to learn, and when I finally learned it, it became a big part of my approach to any kind of opportunity. Is that when you walk into the casting room, they're cheering for you. They want you to succeed. They're in your corner. They want you to be great because it makes their life easier. When you meet with the producer and directors, they want the same thing. They just want to know that you're not crazy, that you can learn your line, that you're not going to be disruptive, and you're going to bring value to the character and the quality of the product and the project. And we're all just human. And so you are important just like the next person, and connecting and making that thing a success. And so always remember that. And I think that, for me, has been one of the reasons I've been so lucky and blessed and be able to work so much, is because I see that and understand that. It's not like, oh, my God, you're this person. It's like, hey, well,
it's also, you're bringing yourself to it. You're not, a lot of people get intimidated because they think, oh, my God, I have an audition, and I'm seeing this casting director, and they put them on a pedestal where I think it freaks them out. But if you just come in, like you said, they want to see you. First of all, they want to discover something too. They want to see, if you're new, let's just say if you're new in the business, they want to discover that. They want to see like you're a real person. You walk in with that. So
every time somebody says they Googled me, I go, I'm sorry. That's a wasted time. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and again, there's persona. I mean, you're Googleable. Googleable. Is that a word? Yeah, you can Google you.
Unfortunately.
No, man. Fortunately, what is your Instagram? The Drew Waters. The Drew Waters.
Yes, that's another funny thing. So the last movie I did a couple of years back, another friend of mine that we've stayed in touch with, and he's up and coming producer, doing great things, and he was looking at my social media and he goes, "What's this Drew Waters 13?" I go, both my daughters were born on the 13th. It's my lucky number, And he goes, "Yeah, no, we're not doing it anymore. You're going to be the Drew Waters now. From there on, the Drew Waters."
Oh,
like,
I didn't know that.
Okay, I guess I'm the Drew Waters now, and he hands it back to me, and so I've been that ever since. Apparently, it makes a difference. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a thing. You got to build. You got to sell. You got to sell what you're good at, man, and you got to sell yourself. I honestly, as actors, we're not that great at promoting ourselves. That's why we hire publicists or people that do that, and we do need help with that. But you know what? You have a great career, man, and you gotta promote. You gotta do that, and you're a pro. You're a pro, dude. You're a real pro.
People tell me
You have a question, Nancy?
Oh, I drank a Merlot. Look at there, huh? I went classy.
Aaron's watching the show live.
Clint's a classy guy, so
He went Merlot.
I drank a Merlot.
Well, yeah, you were up in Marin County.
Thank you, honey.
Right? Yeah. Hey, Aaron, what's up?
You don't know, she's my better, smarter half. So yeah,
she's the prettier side of you.
She actually is very good at social media, and so every time I need something done, I go, "Honey, how do I do this?" And I hand her my phone.
So hey, we only got a few minutes left. What else you want to throw out there?
Oh man, life is good. Like I said, work so far has been great. You have your up and downs in life, but next year is hopeful. My directing career is kicking off. We're launching a new little film that I just finished up directing right before I got out here. That's gonna go nationwide and have a little short film that we're about to launch as well. I shot early last year that we've been slowly putting together. We got another project that we're moving towards Ireland on. That was called Little Miss Christmas. Love the script. Excited about it.
Sounds cute. Sounds fun.
Yeah. Life is good, man. My girls are healthy and happy. Erin still loves me. At least she says she does. I hope you do, honey. I'm walking straight, wake up every morning,
I don't know.
blessed.
I saw you walk the other day. You were like a little. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
Not
you're
completely
you're
straight.
You're a little. It's so funny. Nancy asked me earlier, saying, "Why are you making all those noises when you move?" And I go,
Yeah.
"I'm getting old."
Yeah.
It's just an old man thing, You start to like, bend over to put your boots on. It's like. It just happens. What the hell is that? What were you going to say? You don't do that. You're not that old. You don't do that yet.
Well, no, I remember when your parents used to go, "Boy, you need to slow down. You're gonna hate it when you get older." And you're like, I'm rubber. I'm fine. Everything's gonna be great.
Then it starts to get stiffened up.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
You're looking at Tempur-Pedic beds and all this. And
Gotta have those soul inserts.
Yeah,
man. Gotta have those inserts.
For it's going to the doc.
Wait, there's different ways.
There's
different ways you have to. You sit down and put your boots on now, or you just stand up and hop on one leg.
You have to sit down.
Yeah, it's like. Yeah.
No, listen. I am a big, strong believer. It's you gotta balance your life out. You gotta do it emotionally, mentally, and physically. They all three go together very well. And you know what? I think your book is great about discussing all about the different levels within your life and how they affect. I mean, if you're down and you're beating yourself up, you're depressed and stuff, there is nothing better than you can do than walk outside and get some vitamin D and get lost out of the environment of the hustle and bustle, but in somewhere where your mind can just rest and relax. And then emotionally find yourself in a position to realize that, whatever's going on in your life is temporary, and mentally allow yourself to hold on to that. And every time you feel a struggle, and like, guys, if I could say one thing before we close the show out and stuff, life's worth living. Live it, Quit making excuses about it, of this, that, and everything. If you're too heavy and stuff, look into it and be honest about yourself. If you're not happy about your way you look and stuff, and change it. You have the ability to do so. If you're not making the money you're making or doing the job you want to make and stuff, you have the ability to wake up every day to change your life. You started a podcast. You wrote a book. On top of you have another job. 2 other jobs that you're doing and stuff. You're chasing what you love to do.
Doing it.
No one did that for you. You did that, right?
No.
Now you have incredible people behind you, producers.
Support,
and support
absolutely.
behind you.
I do.
But the point is you can do it.
But
there's no reason.
You have to take the risk. And it's funny you say that, because I before we did the show, it was weird. It was like as soon as we started it, I went, because I was scared. I'm like, I don't know how to do it. I've never done this. And I'm like, I don't know what to do, but I know that I want to do it. Mm-hmm. And I just did it. And as soon as I took that step, it was like, yeah, man, this feels really good. It feels really natural.
Procrastination will kill you.
On that note, we got to close her out.
What?
Brother, it's been an honor. Been a pleasure.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Yeah. Good to see you guys, man.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Drew Waters, Drew Waters. Check him out. Google him. Follow him. Incredible actor.
Whatever you
artist.
see, keep it to yourself.
Just remember, he's a real guy, hell of a guy.
Good.
You're just like, you're one of the good ones, man.
Thanks,
we talked about that before, but
I appreciate that.
You're one of my best friends, and I really appreciate the time. And good stuff.
I'm proud of you, man. Keep it going.
Are you getting emotional yet?
No.
Did that affect you? Ah, shit.
Hold
Come
on. Wait. Hold on.
All right, yeah, wait. Yeah, fake it. All right.
Thank you, man.
It was good, man. It's good. All right, brother. Yeah.
Where's my menthol?
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. I'm So Vain. I'm So Vain on YouTube, on Facebook, The Real Josh Carmichael, I'm So Vain Show. We'll see you next week. Thanks for checking us out. Tune in. Follow us. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
You're listening to I'm So Vain with Josh Carmichael, only on LA Talk Radio.